Understanding culture, what we see and what shapes us. When we talk about culture, we often think about visible and observable things and differences, like languages, food, or clothing. But have you ever stopped to wonder, is that really all culture is? Because culture goes much deeper than what we can see on the surface. So let's have a look into what culture actually means and how it influences the way we think, communicate, and interpret the world. The iceberg model, looking beneath the surface. The first model I like to introduce is the iceberg model. Some of you might already know it from psychology, sociology, economics, business, and management. That's because this model can be used in many different ways. It's a metaphor for situations where a small visible part is connected to a much larger hidden one, just like an iceberg. In 1976, the anthropologist Edward T. Hall applied this model to intercultural communications. His goal was to help us better analyze and understand what culture really is. So imagine culture as an iceberg floating in the ocean. What you see above the water is the observable part of culture, the languages, gestures, food, clothing, or greeting rituals. This is usually what we notice first when we encounter in a new culture. It's what feels different, new, and interesting. But just like a real iceberg, most of it lies below the surface. Hidden beneath the water is the largest part of culture. This includes values, beliefs, norms, assumptions, traditions, and unspoken rules, like ideas about what is polite, respectful, and normal, as well as many, many more. These deeper cultural elements guide how people think, decide, and react, often without them even realizing it. And that's often the iceberg at work. We usually only notice these hidden rules when they are challenged, when expectations clash, or when communication breaks down. From iceberg to software, Hofstede's triangle. Now that we've seen how much of culture lies beneath the surface, let's look at another model that helps explain how culture shapes us. This model comes from Gerd Hofstede. Hofstede described culture as the software of the mind. And no, this software doesn't come with a manual. It's programmed into us gradually, through family, school, society, and shared experiences. To explain this idea, Hofstede uses a triangle. At the base of the triangle is human nature. This is what we are born with, universal traits shared by all humans, emotions, the need for connection, and the ability to communicate. Above that sits culture. This is the learned part of our mental software. Culture teaches us how to express emotions, how to relate to authority, and how to deal with time, conflict, and cooperation. Most of the time, we don't even notice this programming. It just runs quietly in the background. At the top of the triangle is personality. This is the individual layer, our personal experiences, traits, and choices. That layer makes us unique and different from anyone, even those within the same culture. Together, these two models remind us of something important. Culture influences us, but it doesn't control us.